everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's with your friends and family and that you celebrated it safely and you saw some good fireworks, or you just fell asleep without the irritation of fireworks, or that your puppy didn't freak out too much in fireworks. Today's video I'm going to do just basically a New Year's resolution tag. I've found some questions online. I will leave a link to the original blog post below. I have changed one or two of these questions just to suit me a little bit more. My channel has only been alive for a couple of weeks, but I do have some subscribers and I do have a lot of new followers on my blog, so I wanted to do something that would be a way for you to know a little bit more about me. But anyway, we'll get on with this video. So there are 12 questions and they're all looking back on last year and focusing on this year. So yeah, this new year. So question 1, if you could look back on one memory from last year that you wish you could relive, what would it be? Well, early in 2016, me and my family were actually over in Europe. We tried to have a white Christmas, but it didn't actually snow, so it sort of was a big fail, but it was a beautiful holiday anyway. We were over there for, I think, just on 5 weeks, 4.5, 5 weeks. And so we celebrated the New Year in Prague. It was really, really lovely. Pretty much probably the memory that I could relive would just be that whole entire holiday, even though some of it was 2014 and 2015. But you know, I would love to relive that entire holiday and do it again and just go back to some of the places that we went and saw. Question 2 is, what was one New Year's resolution that you accomplished? I don't really do New Year's resolutions. I don't know, I just find it's an easy thing to say and, you know, say and commit to at the time, but actually following through can be really hard. So I tend not to do them because I kind of prefer to just set myself goals throughout the year rather than put all this pressure on attaining something that I say I'm going to do at the beginning of the year and then feeling like a failure if I don't manage to do it. So I don't really do it. I tend to just have goals that I want to do throughout the year as kind of things change and things pop up and all that sort of stuff. So my goals are always changing and evolving as I do. So instead of a New Year's resolution, then I'll say a goal that I had last year, which a goal that I had was to leave my full-time job and to start freelancing full-time instead. So I am now a freelance writer and editor for novels and scripts and things, and I write online content, I do social media management, and then I also do my YouTube channel and my blog. So that was probably my biggest goal of last year that I did manage to do. So I'll leave any links to that below if you're interested. But yeah, that would be probably my biggest goal of last year. And I did manage to do it. Number 3 words to describe last year. Confronting, because I did have to leave a guaranteed income and like a full-time job for something that was a little bit more challenging. So yeah, I won't use challenging, but like it was definitely confronting. I had to learn a lot of things very, very quickly, and it was just a little bit scary to go out on a limb and to put a lot of trust in myself that I could do it. Also, obviously my fiance had to take the gamble with me as well. I would say 2016 also for me would be fun. Even though it was confronting, it was also really fun to push myself out of my comfort zone and to take the leap and to take the challenges head on and just sort of work through them and learn a lot, as I did have to learn a lot in a very short amount of time. I am still learning a lot. But it was fun, and it was fun to be my own boss. It was fun to do what I am passionate about. I love writing, I love editing, so it was, and I love blogging, I love fashion. So it was fun as well as confronting. I'd have to say probably my third word, not a word, I'm just going to say new chapter as well. Not only because of my freelancing, but in December 2015, while we were over in Germany, my then boyfriend, now fiance, proposed to me while we were over there. So 2016 has been a lot about our wedding. And 2017 will also be about our wedding because we have decided to get married in Bali in 2018. So we've had 2 years to plan it, so we better be on our game, but then we better be organised. So I'd probably say, yeah, 2016 has, you know, sort of been that new chapter of like looking at what we're going to do for the rest of our lives, and because we've had to reevaluate a lot of things because of the gamble that I'm taking with what I want to do. And so like with my writing and editing, and you know, a lot of things are happening. We're planning our future, and we're planning where we want to buy a house eventually, and where we want to raise kids, and when we want to have kids, and you know, basically that entire adult chapter of the next stage of our lives. So I would definitely say 2016 has been the year of new chapters, because everything has been starting in 2016. The next question. The best song of 2016. I don't really have a favourite song. I like quite a few songs, and I generally will have some songs on repeat until I can't handle them anymore. Like, it's obviously been like a later release of 2016, but I would definitely say Rockabye by Sean Paul and Anne Marie, or Clean Bandit, sorry, featuring Sean Paul and Anne Marie, is one of my favourite. I Don't Want to Live Forever from the 50 Shades Darker album with Zayn and Taylor Swift, that is also one of my favourite. Number 5, name something that you're looking forward to the coming year. I don't really have any big events planned in 2017, but I do have, again, sort of things that I want to sort of accomplish through it a little bit. So I would probably say something I'm really looking forward to would be expanding my YouTube channel that I decided to start late 2016, and obviously my blog, which I started halfway through last year. Also, something that I'm looking forward to is I'm working on my second novel. I did self-publish a novel, I want to say 5-6 years ago. I really want to finish writing my next novel and actually self-publishing that one again and having it up for sale. Number 6 is, what did last year teach you? I'd probably say 2016 last year taught me to be confident and to go for it. So again, like, broken record, obviously last year I left my job, and so I jumped into a whole unknown world for me that was a huge gamble. So it taught me that I can do it. Sorry. It taught me that I can actually do it, and that I can have confidence to go do things like that, to take the gamble. If there's something that you've been wanting, and there's something that something that you thought you might want to do, or that you wanted to try, or anything like that, just go for it. Like, don't hold back anymore. You only live once. You know, you've probably wasted enough times like I did. Like, I wasted so much time sitting on my hands going, oh, I don't know if I should do it. I'm the master of pros and cons lists, so my cons list was just like, I just kept adding and adding and adding to it, and it was a great reason to put it off. But now that I've actually finally done it, I'm so glad that I made the leap. So if there's anything in your life that you've been holding off on, and you've just been unsure to do it, or anything like that, like, you know, I would pass that advice on to you as well, and just say, just go for it. If it's something you're passionate about, something you really, really want to do, chances are you're probably going to succeed because you're passionate in it. Number 7, what was your most worn clothing item of last year? Underwear. No. I have a pair. Probably my main piece of clothing that I wore last year was a pair of City Chick jeans, which is called the Harley Corset high-rise jeans. They have a really nice sucky in bit, like this, suck in, and it just keeps everything nice and flat, and it does not roll down. They fit really, really comfortable. These ones are in a size 18. They fit super, super well. True skinny jean, but not like constricting skinny. I wore them to death because I finally felt like I found that pair of jeans that was my pair of jeans, you know what I'm saying? So these ones, definitely, I wore them to death. This question is quite similar to number 3, so this is number 8. If you had to sum up your year in one word, what would it be? I don't want to use the same words as I did before, so probably I would say, okay, it was exciting. Yeah, 2016 was the year of exciting things. Number 9, what are you hoping for more in this coming year? I guess it's sort of similar to the question about like what sort of my goals. Like, I mean, what I'm hoping for obviously is that I can continue to create content on YouTube and through my blog, and I can continue to write and edit for people, and then obviously write my own things. So I think, yeah, that's just, obviously I want that to happen because it's a goal, so that's what I want more of. Number 10, what are you hoping for less this coming year? In general, not just for me. But I would like there to be less stigma for plus size people who have health problems, because despite what you think and despite what some, I'm just going to say it, some arrogant doctors can say, your weight is not always 100% correlated with the health issue that you are having. And my example for that is obviously my hemiplegic migraines. It doesn't matter how much I weigh, that is a chemical imbalance in my head. That doesn't really affect it. I could weigh what I weigh now, or I could weigh, you know, half my size and I probably would still have it. I also happen to have high blood pressure, and yes, I know my cholesterol must be crazy. It's because I'm big, it's because I'm this. But my cholesterol is actually normal. It's actually very, very healthy, which all actually started when I started getting my hemiplegic migraines. So I have spoken with numerous doctors about it, about the blood pressure and about the migraines. They can't tell me how they're connected, they just know that for some reason they are connected. So I know there are so many plus size people out there that as soon as they start complaining about something to do with their health, everyone just, oh, it's because you're overweight. If you lost the weight, like poof, seem to think that as soon as you lose the weight, those health problems are going to go away. That is not the case for everybody. Don't get me wrong, there are health problems that are correlated with weight. That's like undeniable, that's just science. But there are some that are not, and it just really grates me when people seem to think that it's the scapegoat. You know, your weight is the scapegoat. If you are unhealthy for whatever reason, something is wrong with you, it has to somehow be related to your weight, and I truly don't believe that is the case for everybody. Just realize it's not correct to put people in boxes that way. I mean, some people, I also happen to have a thyroid thing. Yes, I know what the best excuse that people who have weight will say, that it's my thyroid. No, it is my thyroid, and I do like my food. Like, hello. But it just happens to be that that's my body chemistry. I happen to have all of these different factors that sort of leading together, and this is just who I am. Obviously, again, not just for me. I know, particularly on my Twitter feed, I follow some amazing plus size people who have exactly the same problems, where their health issues are not related to their weight, but they constantly face that sort of stigma and that kind of prejudice. One of the best examples I can give you of that from another YouTuber is someone I have found recently. Her name, or her channel name, is Megan on Air. She's a New Zealand YouTuber. She is so funny, and she has a really good story about the time she went to a doctor and faced prejudice because of her weight that had nothing to do with the reason why she was at the doctor's. So I will leave a link to that video below, and you'll, you know, if you're not experiencing it yourself, then it might help you to understand a little bit more about where, you know, people like me are coming from. Anyway, enough with the heavy. Number 11 is best book that you read last year. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I do a lot of my reading on my phone. Okay, so this is the synopsis of Red Queen. This is a world divided by blood, red or silver. The Reds are commoners, ruled by a silver elite in possession of godlike superpowers, and to Mare Burrow, a 17-year-old red girl from the poverty-stricken stilts, it seems like nothing will ever change. That is, until she finds herself working at the Silver Palace. Here, surrounded by people she hates the most, Mare discovers that despite her red blood, she possesses a deadly power of her own, one that threatens to destroy the balance of power. I really just enjoyed this one. It was something a little bit different. You know, something that I hadn't really sort of read before. The final question is number 12. What is your New Year's resolution for the upcoming year? This one, I feel like I've pretty much answered this before, because again, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I just tend to do goals. It's too much pressure for a New Year's resolution. I probably would say, again, my goals are just to keep going with what I'm doing, improve, get bigger, not physically, hopefully. Oh, it's so hot. Probably one of my bigger goals that has nothing to do with my blog or my YouTube channel, and really even my freelancing, would be to finish my next novel and to get that one up by the end of the year for sale. It's taking me a really long time to find a storyline that I am like excited to write about. I tend to get really passionate about sort of scenes, and then I sort of like dwindle off a bit later. But I finally have a plot line that I'm really passionate about, really excited about. I have a character that I absolutely love, so I'm really excited to sort of play with her and see how I can screw her life up a little bit. I will leave the questions down below. And if you want to, maybe answer some of them in the comments and I will respond back to you. Let me know what you're hoping for in 2017, what some of your goals might be. If you do have New Year's resolutions, what kind of New Year's resolutions do you give yourself? But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much if you have recently subscribed to my channel and joined my weird and wacky little family. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the button down below and you can join the fun family yourself. But anyway, thank you so much for your support, guys. Look forward to doing more things in 2017. Let me know what kind of videos, or if you also happen to read my blog, let me know what kind of blog posts you like and what you would like to see in 2017. If you would like to see you know, me continuing with fashion and beauty, or if you want to see some more challenging kind of videos, I'm happy to do some of those. Or, you know, like more tags or anything like that. Let me know what you would like to see. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.